Welcome everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is your 500 subscriber channel update. So, first things first, thank you guys for all subscribing, participating, commenting, and liking and watching my videos. But more on that later. First, I'm going to go ahead and give some quick announcements. June 6th, which is a Thursday, this Thursday, I am going to have no internet. It's going to be cut off because I'm currently on the process of moving out of my apartment to a new apartment. I will be moving on Saturday. I should, if all things go right, I should have internet back up Saturday evening. If I do, I will have videos up then. If not, or if I'm just too busy, I guess you'll just have to wait a little bit longer. 8-Or Masters of the Broken World, I have already a set pre-recorded of the next shard. So that is up and running. The only reason I haven't put it up yet is I didn't want to end up splitting the set because of my moving. So you guys will get everything after I finish moving. Card Hunter ended up being my next Let's Play. Originally I was going to do a Touhou game, which I already have several parts recorded, but since I actually got into the beta of Card Hunter and I kind of wanted to show it off, and there wasn't really too many Let's Plays. Actually, there weren't really any Let's Plays up on YouTube that are at least recent anyway. So I kind of wanted to put out as much information as possible, let you guys see the game, and hype you guys up, and then make you guys beg for beta keys. But yeah, so that's why I've been putting up a lot of Card Hunter. It's also a fun game. It's very interesting. So kind of want to show that off to you guys. So yeah, Card Hunter kind of ended up being my second Let's Play. So I have a kind of a backlog going. I did have some technical difficulties with these recent videos with it cutting off the end of my set or my video, and I do fix that eventually. Don't worry, I do eventually fix it. It's not a big deal. The only thing you guys are missing is me saying my goodbyes, like full thing. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that's pretty much all the channel update that you need to know. For those who don't care about my 500 subscriber stuff, by all means, you can go do something else or something. But for those who stick around, usually when I hit a checkpoint of subscribers, I usually do some wacky voting things, let you guys pick a game. Unfortunately, since I'm at the point where I have 500 subscribers that may or may not be watching my videos, doing a shotgun approach will probably not really make very many people happy, because it will just benefit only a small population. So what I'm going to be doing this time is I already have 4 games picked out, and you guys were just going to vote on one. As for how often or when I'll actually start these Let's Plays, or this Let's Play rather, I'm not entirely certain yet. It really kind of depends on my scheduling after I get done with moving and how stuff goes with getting set up for grad school. So with that said, I have 2 survival games that are sandboxy that pretty much are kind of endless, but I'll try to keep playing as long as possible, or until I can't go on really. And the other 2 games are essentially strategy-like games that I will probably make them into a Let's Play together. So where you guys would I Let's Play the game, but you guys will have opportunities to choose various things, like what I do and how I set up and all that fun stuff. So, alright, I'll explain that more further once I get to those games. So, first things first, Don't Starve. The first game is Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a survival game, very much a survival game. You pretty much pick a character, you get thrown into this weird, wacky world that where you need to try to survive in. You have to make sure you eat, or as the name implies, you have to make sure you eat and not starve, because if you starve, you end up dying. You also have health, where you can die from just raw damage. You also have sanity, which will influence a lot of things. It can really mess you up if you get really too far insane. There's also a crafting system in there, as well as some other systems in place. The game is, I think, officially released, but they are still adding a lot of new content. There's essentially, you start out in a sandbox mode, but there's also an adventure mode, which is a kind of like a storyline type thing that's really rather difficult to do, and I actually haven't attempted it because I'm too scared to do so. There's also a bunch of other things I can really mention. It's kind of hard to explain a sandbox, but the other thing is, anything else I need to mention? Well, I mean, it's a survival game. You also have to like make sure you don't, freeze in winter and stuff like that. But I think that's it. Oh, there's also, I think the recent update is they added caves. I'll try to show that off, and that's about it. So yeah, Don't Starve, just a survival game on the PC. The other game is Project Zomboid, which is a zombie survival game, and it's currently, I think, in beta or alpha still. But they finally recently added put a build up on Desura, so I can actually play it. I'm somewhat familiar with Project Zomboid. I have played previous builds, but this newest build has pretty much changed everything. So it'll be essentially kind of a blind run. The game is you're thrown in a city, you pick a character with some traits, and then you get thrown in a city that's pretty much it's a zombie apocalypse. So you're kind of trying to survive while zombies swarm around and are hiding in houses and stuff like that. Things to note is you have to make sure you eat and other things. Make sure you don't go and make sure you kind of keep yourself sane and all that fun stuff. You also have to be sure to be very, very careful in this game, because if you get bitten, there's pretty much a 99% chance that you'll be infected and you'll get sick and you'll die and become a zombie. So the game is very unforgiving, and it pretty much knows this. It's pretty much expected. The game also gets a lot harder as it goes on, because things like electricity and water will eventually go out, and you have to find other ways to kind of hold your own. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So Project Zomboid, a zombie survival game for the PC. And these next two games are going to be Let's Play Togethers. The first one is a game I've already, well, both of them are games I've already done, but I'm allowing a little bit more influence in these ones. So, first game, Bloodbowl Chaos Edition. So this is your opportunity for you guys to see me play more Bloodbowl. The only stipulation, of course, is the Let's Play will be done. It'll be done as a single-player campaign, which means I will be going up against the AI, but I will allow you guys to pick my team for the most part. I will probably put some restrictions on what team I can play, simply because either it's a team I absolutely despise and will not play, or it's a situation where the team just doesn't. It's like, for example, I did Goblins originally when I did the Let's Play, and Goblins were fun. I mean, they're a fun team, but they're not really good for long play, simply because they just don't. Their level ups are very, very limited. So it kind of got to the situation where I just didn't have anything to do left in the game as far as leveling, besides just constantly hoping for like a double or double sixes. But yeah, so I'm familiar with the game. I have played it. I've done a Let's Play of it. I've also done a tournament with some other Let's Players that you guys have seen it. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. If you guys don't want to see me do like a single-player campaign against the computer, by all means, don't vote for it. But this is your opportunity for you guys to pick a team and pick my level ups. I will allow you guys to pick my level ups this time around. So if you guys want to pick a strong team and give me bad skills, by all means, you can. Now, the other game, the last game, is Touhou Soccer 2, which was originally my first Let's Play ever, which I'm pretty sure none of you have watched. And if you had, I apologize, because it was pretty bad. It was back when I was kind of still learning about Let's Playing and finding my own niche, I suppose. But essentially, Touhou Soccer 2 is a Touhou twist on a game that another soccer game, which I don't really remember what it's called. But essentially, for those who are something a little bit more familiar to you guys, if you've played Final Fantasy X and played Blitzball, it's essentially like that game, but with a lot more depth, a lot more skills, a lot more characters, a lot more different abilities, a lot more stats, and other options. So essentially, it's Blitzball with a whole lot more depth. It will be against the AI, even though there is a two-player mode. I don't really know anyone that actually plays two-player. But the way the Let's Play Together is going to work is essentially the story, the main scenario and the sub-scenarios, you don't get any options, but there is a travel mode, which I actually showed off on my Let's Play, where you can pretty much pick you make your own team, and you can pick essentially 3 different characters that you start out with, and then you start with a bunch of generics. And then from there, as you win matches, you will get money, and you can use that money to buy items or more characters and so forth. So essentially, how it's going to work is you guys get to pick my team, which means you get to pick my starting characters, and after every match, you guys can pick what sort of what you want me to spend money on. So if you want me to spend money on waste money on like useless items or useless characters, you have that option, as well as if you want to just power game and give me the best team ever. That's your call. I'll try to go as far as I possibly can with that team, and go from there. For the most part, I managed to prove with my Let's Play that even with a team that's subpar, I can get all the way to the very, very last stage without needing anything, without needing any adjustments. So I should be able to pull it off. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. So just to reiterate, 2 survival games you can pick from is Don't Starve and Project Zomboid. And then the 2 Let's Play togethers you can choose from is Bloodbowl Chaos Edition and Touhou Soccer 2. I apologize for the Touhou fans that do come to my channel. I don't really have any other games to show you guys. There are a few games I'm very interested in showing, but I just don't have the means to show it to you guys because it perhaps doesn't detect it. So I'm kind of limited on my options, and unfortunately a lot of Touhou fan games are not translated, so I can't really play them. And I don't really have any interest in showing the actual games too often, at least not as a full-fledged Let's Play. I might do them as like a Let's Quickly Play type thing, which I sometimes do, but so yeah, that's kind of my situation with Touhou games. So this is your opportunity to get another Touhou game on the list if you guys are interested in Touhou Soccer 2. So yeah. Anyway, so those are your choices. Like I said, 1 vote per person, 1 game per vote, please. So just vote for one or the other type thing. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys have been great. You guys have been giving good comments, and pretty much just been doing great with giving your support and stuff, so I greatly appreciate it. I know some of you guys just come for a certain game and then leave. That's still cool. You guys are still, you know, coming for a certain game and that you're interested in. Or you just, and for those who do stick around and find a game that does that they never expected to be interested in, that's pretty much the point of the channel. So, like I said, thank you guys. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm the Depressed Dealer. This is your 500 subscriber update. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.